Hi, everyone. Thanks for the support. Thanks to the newcomers, to all newcomers, taking the time to check out my research and work. A lot of you don't know what devices I'm using. I'm using a 4-inch telescope for everything that's ever been posted on this website so far. I have a 14-inch telescope that my magnificent community, the community of this channel, has raised. This is Archimedes structures. To the right of Archimedes crater, this beautiful surface of anomalies and geometrical what looks like terraforming. Looks like the moon was terraformed. It looks like the moon was inhabited possibly long before, possibly even still now. We don't know yet. But all these objects are surfacing up off the surface. A lot of bullshit out there on YouTube. People are having a hard time believing some of my work. And I'm not talking about the beautiful almost 10,000 people that are here right now helping me and supporting me. But it's normal. In general, there's sinus iridum greenery around sinus iridum. Do you see how sinus iridum does not look naturally formed? It looks built. It looks like a triangular corner there. I've shown it the surface in a couple of videos throughout the past year, and recently this week in depth. Sinus iridum, just beautiful, beautiful surface. It's a beautiful story, and this is how I believe this should be integrated in everyone's life, whether it be your religion, whether it be your spirituality, or just, you're an atheist and you're not religious, but you do still want to know the truth and we'll see what the heck's going on up there, right? Well, the same thing is going on in my head, is that I'm just trying to find out what's going on up there. I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm not trying to accuse anyone, but I am wanting to show you all the beauty that's up there. There are pipes, tunnels, structures, and geometrical shapes. What looks like the moon was either terraformed or possibly built, constructed objects, cities even on the surface of the moon. Hard to believe, I know. Now, people are asking me, how come you're able to get this and no one else is? Well, that, my friends, I know for a fact that I am not the only one that has found this. I'm maybe one of the only ones that has made it to be able to show a lot of you without me being taken down. But of course, it depends what my goal is. My goal is not here to accuse anyone. My goal here is to show the world what's up there. It's our rights. It's everyone's rights to know what's up there. It's our right. We're going to do it ourselves, and I'm doing it myself. I'm finding out the truth for myself, and I want to share it all with you. Look at this beautiful crater in the southern highlands near Clavius crater. There's definitely structuring or some kind of wall structuring on the surface. Now, these, as hard as they are to believe, and some of you are asking me, why are they not appearing in some photos? Well, that is very easy. The surface, the disturbance that's on the surface, whether it be atmospheric disturbance, whether it be the moon itself that's giving us a hard time because of hazes that are moving around on the surface, we're not sure yet. And I don't have the confirmation or why or any reason why we're finding these or why we're seeing blurry structures or why there's a haze, why it's hard to see. But I'm just trying not to be better than anyone else, but to show you guys that with my work, we're able to see much structuring on the surface of the moon. And this is what I want to share with you. This is irrefutable. There are, and this is a structure. And as you can see on the bottom right there, that white object in the crater, the supposed crater, I've shown it many times, and it's where I've declared seeing glass structures. Why am I saying glass? I'm just saying that there are green or bluish aqua looking, and at times most of them seem to be see-through. You hear people talking about the surface of the moon looking like a mirror, that there are different levels on the moon that you could see through what looks like ice. Well, I don't believe that it's ice that we're looking through, but I do believe that there's some kind of mystical or anomalistic, something we're not understanding. We base all our findings on the facts and on everything that we know here on Earth and from life experience. But when we're viewing in space, it's not exactly the same principles. There's other things that we have to take into consideration, considering atmospheric differences and the way oxygen, smoke, fire, air, light, water will react in space differently to as it does on Earth. This is the beautiful structure on the surface that's there. It really is down there. No matter what it is, maybe it's not housing, guys. Maybe it's monuments. Maybe it's something that was built there with no entrance. Okay, I'm totally open to that. But the proof and is here right now that we have these structures on the surface. And these structures, um, they're not supposed to be there. Why? Because we were told differently. I'm not lying to you. I'm not stupid. I remember myself all my life hearing everyone telling us there's no structures on the moon. And now we're seeing many channels trying to um, distinguish whether there are structures or not. I have that confirmation. I know for a fact that we're looking at structures. We're looking at colorful structures too, whether it be maybe there's no greenery down there. Maybe it's the structures that are green. That, okay, I'm not trying to clickbait any of you, but take a look at the colors on the surface. They are green, and you can't help but wonder that if there's green, blotchy spots laid out on the surface, that it could very well be vegetation as we continue to research this. Now, about that eye thing that we have with the moon, you see that blur there? Wherever there's a blur, guys, everywhere on the surface of the moon, it's piles of structures. All those black specks that you're seeing right now are individual objects. No jokes. Like in sinus iridum, we see that the structuring platforms that I call them, I use the term platforms, meaning you'll see a square object or a irregular shaped object, but atop that, many geometrically shaped structures. And see how everything is connecting. These are very real and on the surface of the moon that people are thinking are models. The craters, you can see edges in here. You can see triangles, you can see squares. Everything is there. It's that our eyes see in the white spectrum, and I can't say it enough, that everything we're looking at are thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of structures that our eyes cannot distinguish, nor can our cameras, nor can our cameras. Now, look in the top right of this photo. Do you see the gray smudge? We'll call it a smudge on the stair-like objects over there. On the top right, that gray spot are actually hundreds of thousands of structures that are all intertwined and one over the other of the exact same shape and form and characteristic. The color of it is a different wavelength, possibly, or we have to distinguish it this way, blurry and looking at it gray, until we add a bit of color and it gives it some tone, definition to be able to show these structures. This is very real. At the end of every video, I always post the list of generous donors who have helped both in the comments with in every way you can guys can imagine through the funds. Our first force raised money for the telescope, and now an added force, another team. We're a whole team of brothers and sisters, guys. We're all researching together. We're all curious, and we're all in this for the knowledge. WSO YouTube channel, check them out.